Hey everyone, Dan here. In this introductory video, for the next series of videos that are about to follow, I'm going to talk a little bit about anxiety, trauma, and stress and how to relieve it. Now, often we think of trauma and anxiety as thought-based, but actually anxiety comes from the body. And it's called interoception, and we'll talk about that in a second. See, trauma is stored in our body. Anxiety gets stored in our body. And it's not so much about what happened to you, but how your nervous system integrated the experience. And this is why resetting your nervous system, your autonomic functions, can be the fastest way and most effective way to helping you release from anxiety and the stress at the root of chronic health issues that you're having. Rewiring the brain from anxiety can be done through stimulation of the vagus nerve, and we'll get into that in a second. But anxiety is simply a nervous system state. Under normal conditions, we use anxiety to ensure our survival. It is there to keep us safe and protect us from harmful or dangerous situations, especially ones that could be occurring now or in the future. Now, unfortunately, our bodies can get stuck or frozen in this state. And even though we're totally safe and we feel like we're in danger, the brain believes that you are in danger and you're actually not. Now, this can happen from traumatic events that have occurred, such as an accident, something that's happened with somebody that could be of a violent nature, or just chronic stress. And chronic stress is where you're feeling just that little bit of stress, say from a coworker, and it goes on for a long period of time. This stuff is integrated into the body through that experience. So what we can do is try to pinpoint it, but often it's hard to pinpoint the exact cause. And by listening to the body, we can begin to rewire the brain through the magic of neuroplasticity. And that means that your brain is actually plastic. You may think it's set in this way, but we can actually form the brain in the way that we want by creating new neural connections inside of it. So in the next videos, I'm going to show you exercises that stimulate this 10th cranial nerve, which is a critical part of your parasympathetic side of the nervous system. And in this modern condition, we see now that we're often stuck in the sympathetic. And that is the worrying about the boss, the bills, the family, and all of this. These are things that we have to be able to handle, but we need that nervous system in place, but functioning only when it should be, but not stuck, like we're feeling that anxiety. Now, traditional therapies use talk to help change the narrative. And these are very, very important. These can be a game changer when people can see it from a different angle. But at the root of the cause of the anxiety is usually because it is stuck inside the body. The thing with anxiety is that it's not a thought, it's an emotion. Most people think that anxiety comes from your thoughts, but this is the interpretation of sensory data that is sent from the body to your brain. This is what's called the interoception. The brain receives these signals that the body is in danger. So there is a trigger and there is a point that the mind and the body get into now this vicious cycle. So the vagus nerve is critical in finding that other side of the nervous system. And it shows that when you have a high vagal tone, that means that you have good stimulation of the vagus nerve and good control over it through your autonomic functions, that you will actually have more positive emotions. And then the emotions up here are felt in the body feels this, then the mind becomes more relaxed. The vagus nerve is always almost like you're under its control, but it's a good kind of control. It's the other side. All right, so enjoy these next videos. They're going to be Videos that involve sometimes breath work, but remember, even if it's not breath work and we're just doing simple massages that I'm showing to certain parts of the body where that 10th cranial nerve runs, I want you to remember to always breathe slowly and deeply through the nose, under control, and a soft breath, not any kind of forcing. We don't want to show that we're in our body through breathing a stressful state. So always remember your breath in anything you do can help to keep you in more of the parasympathetic and keep a good vagal tone. All right, enjoy the videos, guys. In this first part of vagal tone stimulation, what I want you to do is I want you to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take our right hand on the top of the head. Just sitting there, you're not pulling. What you're going to do is let your head fall to the right side. And when you fall to the right, again, you're not pulling it to force anywhere, you're just letting it hang. And this here's just a gentle little pull on it, just slightly, so you feel that nice stretch through here. And I want you to look up to the opposite corner of the eyes. So you're looking to the left corner of the eyes. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. And what I want you to do is I want you to breathe deeply into the belly, but with slow, conscious control. So let's take 5 breaths together. Keep looking deep into the corners. Take a few more breaths on your own. You'll notice that if you feel like swallowing or yawning or more saliva is building up into the mouth, that means that you are actually stimulating the vagus nerve. So 30 seconds is always the minimum you want to do here. And with practice, we can do more. And release. Okay, take the other hand, the left on the top. Now we're going to let the head just hang. Now we're going to look up into the right corner of the eyes and look deep into the corner. Remember, we're sending those signals to the brain that we're not in danger. Now, by breathing into the belly, where that 10th cranial nerve comes down, is attached to the diaphragm, we want to breathe into the belly, but slowly, looking into the corner and up. Really slow the exhalation down. Notice if one side's even tighter than the other in the neck area. Couple more breaths. Remember, slow in and out. And release the head. And there I felt a lot of saliva building up in the mouth. And you'll notice one side may affect or stimulate the vagus nerve a little bit more. But that's the first video, all right? Remember that these videos, also practiced in succession, together will make it even more powerful when you do them together or consecutively. Thank you. Enjoy the next video.